Let's get right into it. Number 15. The sudden everything is pointless mood. You're doing laundry, minding your own business, feeling kinda cozy, when out of nowhere, your mind drops a quiet bomb. Why even bother? In seconds, everything feels heavy, like the air turned dark and sticky, so dense you could scoop it up and slap a label on it called midnight thoughts. This feeling? Way too ordinary, for real, way too much. When you're drained, bombarded, or lacking that feel-good stuff in your head, your brain goes straight into deep questions mode. Kinda feels like there's a moody teen living inside your thoughts, popping up now and then just to scoff and wonder what's even real. Some experts label this mild disconnection, your mind briefly zoning out when things feel off. Not risky, not permanent, more like a mental pause triggered by low energy or poor sleep. It's normal for thoughts to drift toward big-picture stuff now and then. Missing meals or pulling an all-nighter can flip that switch without warning. Your brain acts this way because it craves routines and reasons. When those go missing, it instantly triggers doom mode, like resetting an internet box. Rather than muttering, "You're worn out," it goes full philosopher. Time to ponder life's empty core. Super useful. Many folks feel this now and then, especially after pushing nonstop, drifting apart from others, or stuck in the same loop every day. Your mind basically shouts, "Quit folding laundry. Just step outside and hug nature already." Here's the kicker. When you drink water, catch some rest, or grab a bite, that sensation vanishes right away. Like your mind only wanted a snack to change how it sees everything. Your mind's not uncovering some grand universal secret. It's more like a drained phone faking wisdom. Instead of enlightenment, it's running on empty, acting profound. Number 14. The sudden social doom cloud. Picture this, you're chatting with a person, things are smooth, life makes sense, for suddenly, whoa, out of nowhere, a quiet sureness sneaks up. They despise me, totally can't stand me. It's obvious. Welcome to the social doom cloud, a feeling so widespread you'd think it came with a monthly billing cycle. This weird feeling happens when your brain's warning system freaks out, kind of like a smoke detector going off at the wrong time. People are built to watch others closely, not because they're nosy, but because back then, being left alone could get you killed by predators. Right now, no one's hunting you down, yet your mind acts as if silence during a chat might doom you anyway. Now if someone glances sideways, turns their head briefly, or replies slow, your mind kicks off total chaos. It begins making up proof out of nowhere, like a person slapping photos on a wall with pins. That time they barely chuckled? Proof. The moment they muttered, Clue number 2. Even how they breathed oddly. Totally suspicious. This feeling usually hits when stress piles up, lack of sleep kicks in, or confidence barely holds on. What's unsettling isn't the emotion, it's how bold your mind gets lying straight to you. Instead of suggesting, "Maybe you misunderstood," it shouts, "Alert everyone. They hate you down to their core." After a while, when the feeling fades, it hits you. Most folks are so caught up in their own heads they don't dissect everything you say like secret agents. Instead, they're distracted, focused on personal stuff, barely noticing small slips. Your brain, "They hate us." Reality, they're just trying to remember if they left the stove on. It's just fake fear dressed up. Number 13. The weirdly calm disaster mood. One odd second, often when things go slightly wrong, you suddenly feel super chill. Like when internet cuts out mid-deadline, or the stove puffs smoke. Maybe a grocery cart smacks your leg. Yet you don't freak out, just turn quiet, blank-faced, oddly still. It's that moment when your mind just sighs, "Chaos? Fine by me." Suddenly, nothing seems pressing, not from calmness, but 'cause your stress response quit on the spot. This quiet isn't peace. It's a shutdown, the overlooked cousin of panic or run. When danger hits, your nerves scan the scene, then go numb on purpose. Not weak, just built to survive by going invisible. Life trained you this way since certain creatures live longer when they freeze completely. Yet your mind doesn't know if it's facing a lion or just a frozen app while sending cash online. That's why it flips the same old switch, slows thoughts, cuts extras, waits quietly like nothing happened. People often describe it as surreal calm, numbness, Or the weird dissociation moment. You're watching yourself handle the problem from 5 feet away while whispering, "How am I so relaxed? Should I be relaxed? Is this relaxation the real danger?" The odd thing? Your setup just cut out, no warning at all. Kinda like when a laptop blacks out mid-sentence. Once it's over, it all crashes in irritation, panic, that pent-up rush your system held onto, sort of like messages piling up in a draft folder. Your brain just doesn't run as smoothly anymore, yet somehow it gets creepily sharp. Number 12. The sudden everyone is suspicious mood. You know that instant when you step inside somewhere, could be a supermarket, could be work, might even be your own couch, and right away everyone seems weird, not threatening or anything, just strange, as if they're all in on some hidden plan you weren't invited to. This isn't crazy, well, not the medical type anyway. It's just your mind glitching into high alert, kinda like when you're by yourself after dark and each little noise feels like someone sneaky breathing heavy behind you. It usually kicks in when things feel too loud or overwhelming, because your mind checks what's around and thinks, "Wait, this seems off," even if it's just a person rocking socks with Crocs. So your system cranks up awareness, makes you stare harder, kinda like outdoor lights that flash suddenly for no real cause. Back in the day, it was smart to stay alert. Ignore danger, you might have ended up dead. Stay jumpy, that kept you alive longer. Now, your mind still acts on edge, even if the biggest threat nearby is a little kid sloshing apple juice like it's a grenade. The creepy part is how your thoughts start improvising explanations. Why is that guy walking fast? Why is that lady smiling at her phone? Is that barista humming for happiness? Or for evil? Suddenly everyone is a potential suspect in the crime of being weirdly normal. Right after things settle, suddenly, it hits. Folks stop acting wild and go back to normal, leaving you feeling silly for glaring at some grandma fixing her glasses. Your brain sometimes acts like a cheap investigator, except it's kinda terrible at solving stuff. Number 11. The I hate everyone mood. Some days just make everyone unbearable. That coffee server? Way too happy. Your office buddy? Their breathing drives you nuts. Someone stands nearby, doesn't even do anything, and suddenly you're picturing life on a far-off peak, hanging out with mountain goats. This mood? Blame a buildup of frustration, your emotions are maxed out, your tolerance is shot, so your mind labels everyone as unbearable just to carve out space. Truth is, it isn't them, it's your way of pulling back to reset. In psychology, this links to feeling drained from people and mental burnout, because keeping up manners, getting along while staying alert takes effort. Once that tank empties, you lose patience fast. Then each chat starts nagging like an insect whining near your head. Sure, logically you get it, Karen in finance isn't trying to sound like a broken saxophone. Still, your mind won't listen. It's your mind shouting, "Overloaded. Nope. Not dealing with people right now. Sort this out." Rather than stepping back calmly, it picks irritation to handle stress. Real elegant move. The weird part? Shutting down usually makes things worse. Suddenly your mind goes, "Wait, why's nobody reaching out? Is it always going to be like this?" Now you're frustrated with others and mad at yourself for feeling so disconnected. One mess leading straight into another. Later, maybe a snack shows up, or quiet time hits, and things feel okay once more. Not amazing, not dreamy, just fair enough that you'll skip raising goats for now. It's mostly exhaustion that feels like you're suddenly hating everyone. Number 10. The weirdly overconfident mood. One day you just feel different, like confidence poured into your body overnight. Staring at yourself in the glass, it hits. This is someone people listen to. Tasks you'd normally avoid? Suddenly they seem doable. Messages go out without second-guessing. Jump into projects clueless but eager. Energy's high even if the signal keeps dropping. This feeling's nice yet kind of risky, caused by a rush of dopamine or adrenaline, often thanks to solid rest, happy updates, or simply not holding back anymore. That burst tricks your mind into thinking you can do anything without fail. Meet the optimism bias, when your mind exaggerates skills while downplaying risks. This mental hiccup is why you think picking up parkour by tonight sounds doable, yet chopping your fringe feels totally harmless. A bit of self-belief keeps you going, sparks new ideas, eases tension, also pushes you through tough spots. Yet way too much, that's where it flips. Suddenly, you're acting like the world revolves around your story. Your inner voice blasts dramatic tunes when there's no reason to. Yet you're convinced everything's safe right before attempting something risky. Your mind works this way since emotions prefer quick fixes. Feel happy? Then things must be fine. Sense strength? You figure you've got power. Get a burst of courage? Suddenly it's obvious, hit send on that sketchy message. Spoiler, things go flat. Then you're left scratching your head, asking what made earlier you so sure you were part space hero, part runway star, part tycoon. Maybe it was the lighting. Fundamentally, your mind amps you up like a tipsy buddy, cheering, super into it, yet totally clueless when it counts. Number 9. The sudden everything feels too quiet mood. One particular instant hits when everything seems weirdly hushed, not serene, not gentle, more like, wait, did reality just freeze? Silence. You might be indoors, swiping through your screen, then out of nowhere the atmosphere thickens, motion stops, and your mind whispers, hold up, this ain't right. This strange feeling tends to hit when your nerves go from red alert to calm way too fast. You were stuck under pressure, flooded with stimulation, or fueled by stress hormones for a stretch of days. Then suddenly, in an instant, your mind cuts the chaos loose. Feels like your body gave everyone the boot without warning you first. Science says it's about a quick change in your body's automatic settings. Because the panic switch shuts off fast, everything feels off. Your mind waits for trouble, is ready for noise. Once that disappears, you land in an odd gap, suddenly quiet, yet unsure if peace is real. This is why the silence isn't peaceful, it's eerie. Like that moment when something's off. Maybe a shadow moves, or paperwork suddenly shows up, or someone from your past pops out of nowhere. Your mind could begin checking things out, sort of like knocking on a mic. Hey, real world, still there. Thoughts bounce around more sharply now. Meanwhile, your pulse seems stronger than usual. Suddenly, even small noises grab attention, one being the fridge's low buzz. Or maybe someone nearby taking slow breaths through thin walls. Here's the strange part, though. This feeling? It's your body hitting reset. Something shifted after all that noise and chaos. Not the world going silent, just you pausing thoughts at last. That shift hits like sudden stillness out of nowhere. Next thing you know, the moment falls apart, some noise pulls you out. A horn blasts nearby, your phone dings randomly. Maybe hunger kicks in. Like that, it's over. Nothing spooky. No weird code errors in reality. Your mind just kinda stumbles back into everyday mode. It's like your nerves hit pause. No heads up. Just boom, you're caught off guard. Number 8. The I want to disappear mood. Not in a dramatic way. Not in a vanish into a misty forest and never return way. More like, I wish I could remove myself from this entire situation for the next 4 to 7 business days. It strikes out of nowhere, maybe at a party when you sense everyone's eyes on you. Then in a chat where each phrase seems wrong somehow. Yet also at a busy shop where your mind turns inches around you into off-limits zones. This feeling mixes tired emotions, too much stimulation, yet some urge to guard yourself socially. Experts tie it to brief moments of detachment, where your mind backs off slightly to save power. Kinda like turning down a light slowly. Your brain just hits stop way too early, even when you've still got more to go. Long ago, this came from wanting to stay safe. Back then, if things got scary or confusing, people would just stop moving or pull away to avoid trouble. These days, it's not wild animals that tip the scale. It's someone like Karen piling on questions during office chatter. Same urge kicks in, but the threat changed shape. Right now, you could find yourself dreaming up ways to get away. Perhaps you picture sneaking through a back exit, fading from sight, or zipping straight into your bed at home, where nobody wants anything from you but just being there. The weird thing? That feeling often means your mind's running on empty. You aren't in danger, just worn out. So your brain hits pause, acting cautious since it doubts you'll cope well right now. Yet when you find room, walk out, shift your breath, Stay by yourself, watch blank walls like they mean something, you start fresh. Right then, the need to vanish slips away while your energy slowly fills up, just like a phone left charging overnight. It's like your mind hitting shrink on real life just can't take more. Number 7. The creepy sudden nostalgia mood. You're going about your day, maybe stuck on some dull task, scrubbing a mug, lacing up your boots, scratching your head over what you came into the kitchen for. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, this rush of old memories slams into you full force, like a gut punch from the past. You remember a scent from when you were little, or maybe a tune that played during some summer you can't quite place. One tiny scene, you haven't recalled it in ages, but now it hits like it was hours ago. Feels like your mind flipped open a dusty box on its own. This feeling, this half-leftover emotion, sort of like an echo from before. Your brain tucks away little moments, smells, sights, sounds, in some hidden corner tied to feelings. Every so often, out of nowhere, one tiny thing flips a switch. Could be a scent, maybe a shade of light, even silence. Suddenly you're back in that odd moment on a regular afternoon for zero clear cause. It's weird since the old days seem to pop up out of nowhere. Sharper than life itself. You nearly smell those childhood treats from school. The space where you once hung out comes into focus. Maybe you catch that same mood again, as if moments don't follow one after another, but pile together like a mess of strings your mind tugs when things get intense. People developed nostalgia to stay alive. Yet today, old memories hit hard, like a spirit returning with something left unsaid. They shape who you are, tie your past to now, also connect you to people around. Then the feeling slips away, yet you're stuck eyeing that pile of clothes, puzzled how'd your mind spiral into deep feelings just 'cause one sock's missing. Your memory acts up now and then, hitting you with emotional flashes, like it's practicing for a creepy movie role. Number 6. The I could cry for no reason mood. You're okay. All is good. No disaster hit. Yet suddenly your eyes well up, as if you're a cartoon where feelings burst through. Could be that odd ad about dogs eating dinner, or a towel slipping off its hanger. Could even come from blank air. This feeling's like a pot boiling over before it blows its lid. Stress, hormones, or too much on your mind can stack up until your head hits the off switch on its own terms. Here's the weird bit. You're not asked if now's a good time. It just flares up, tossing out emotions like surprise party scraps whether you want them or not. Tears aren't just emotion. They carry stress chemicals out of your body. When pressure builds up inside, even if you look fine on the outside, your system hits a breaking point. It's like a safety valve kicking in. Instead of keeping everything bottled up, your brain flips a switch. Suddenly, tears start flowing not by accident, but as part of how biology handles overload. This release helps calm your nerves, literally washing away tension. Think of it less like falling apart and more like hitting reset when things get too heavy. It's linked to lability, a mind-related idea where your emotions react easier than normal. Not shattered, not harmed, simply more reactive, as if your head swapped its regular armor for a flimsy tissue. It feels weird since those sudden tears usually have nothing to do with what's going on around you. 1 minute you're staring at a breakfast cereal package, sobbing, wondering, wait, why am I doing this? Is something trying to tell me stuff? Did my spirit just hiccup? Still, the real reason tends to be way more basic. You pushed too hard, ran out of steam, so your system picked the flashiest alarm it could think of. After a while, just like your mind tends to do, the feeling fades. The crying ends. Your breathing goes back to normal. Then out of nowhere, you're way more relaxed. Kinda awkward, though, like you weirdly sent your feelings to someone by mistake. Your body sometimes sets off a false alert in your head, just to test if things still work. Number 5. The everyone is staring at me mood. You step inside a room. Suddenly it's like everyone's gaze snaps right to you, sharp as a beam. Not even because people are watching. Definitely not because they're interested. Still, your mind goes, oh sure, they're all focused now. Nice job. Spotlight's on you. This feeling kicks off when you suddenly focus more on yourself. That mental trick where it feels like everyone's watching your every move. Truth? Not really. Most folks are caught up thinking others are judging them. Feels strange how real the vibe gets. When this happens, your mind jumps straight into acting mode. Like everyone on Earth turned into spectators watching each little thing you do. Moving starts to feel off since you're aware of moving at all. Suddenly, your arms seem way longer than they should be. Your face seems way too much like a face. Now you notice every move your body makes, almost as if you're controlling it live from inside. This occurs since your mind's job is to shield you from awkward moments by hunting signs of criticism. Yet the setup fails badly at measuring threats. Rather than just peeking around, it triggers all warnings at once, screaming through your nerves, "Eyes on you!" Back then, it had a purpose. When people looked at you long ago, they were judging friends, foes, anyone risky. These days, stares mostly happen because somebody's zoning out and just happened to look your way. Your mind's still wired the same, but the stakes are nowhere near as high. The cool thing? That feeling vanishes just as quick as it shows up. 1 second you're sure everyone's watching. Then something else pops, maybe hunger, a noise, or some weird idea, and boom, no one notices you anymore. Your brain might act like a glitchy camera, treating each shadow as if it's up to something sneaky. Number 4. The nothing feels real mood. You've experienced this before. So has everyone else. You're just living your life, handling everyday stuff, cleaning your teeth, picking up groceries, zoning out at a patch of drywall. Then out of nowhere it hits. The world shifts like you're drifting in a fog, trapped in another person's skin. Your reflection seems off somehow. Meanwhile, the air gives a strange vibe. Others act like they're just passing through. Suddenly, everything pauses. Like life hits a glitch. This isn't crazy, it's just a brief mental drift. A short hiccup in how you feel connected, triggered by pressure, tiredness, too much noise, or strong feelings. Your mind keeps working, yet awareness wobbles slightly, kind of like when a lens blurs for a sec then sharpens again. It's weird, like you're seeing your life from outside rather than being in it. Movements seem to happen on their own, while thoughts drift far away, making you wonder stuff like, wait, am I actually present? At the same time, your body goes, chill out, just resetting for a sec. This occurs once the brain's control centers are overloaded, so thoughts drift off on their own. Instead of staying focused, mental background routines step in to handle routine stuff. Kinda like when a plane shuts down non-essential systems mid-flight. Plenty folks feel this way when they're burned out, stuck in back-to-back meetings, haven't slept enough, or come off an emotional roller coaster. Other times, there's no clear cause. It's like your mind suddenly zones out for a split-second timeout. Then, out of nowhere, things lighten up. Everything clicks back sharp, clear, like high-def TV. It's ordinary again, almost boring. So you stand there thinking, that got weird fast. Mostly, your mind takes a quick break from being in charge while habits run things on their own. Number 3. The sudden, I want to break something mood. Not like some crazy movie where villains are born. Kind of like that weird split second your mind mutters, why not just wreck it? Maybe you're gripping a dish, a phone, or even a harmless pen. Then boom, picturing yourself chucking it like Zeus flipping out after bad Wi-Fi. This wild urge isn't as rare as you'd think. Experts actually named a relative of it l'appel du vide, or the pull of emptiness. Most often, that phrase fits sudden ideas like leaping from a cliff or veering into traffic. Yet the deeper emotion behind it, that's the reckless sibling no one brings up during holiday dinners. It's not like you actually want to smash stuff, but deep down, some odd corner of your mind plays out total mayhem, just to test the vibe. Stress piles up, sounds get too loud, feelings go wild, and your body's stuck dealing with it all. Instead of telling you to chill or take a breath, your head pipes in, what if we hurled that cup? Might sort things out. This feeling tends to show up when things are just too much, like your nerves are buzzing. Perhaps you've been holding back frustration since morning. Or maybe it's the weight of everything piling up on your shoulders. Could even be some sneaky comment dressed up like kindness. All that pressure builds quietly until your mind screams one thing. Break something. Back in the day, this was about getting ready to react, like facing danger. It's not that real trouble shows up. It's just high tension fooling your mind into seeking release. Since you're stuck being civilized instead of swinging at trees like early humans did, your head whispers, ruin something cheap. Kinda like when a character flips furniture in a silly show. The weird bit? Suddenly, things snap into focus clear as day. You get this exact picture in your head. For a split second, smashing stuff feels right, then gone. You glance around, the feeling fades, and you're scrubbing plates again like nothing happened. Your body's alarm system sometimes gives you the weirdest nudge to freak out. Number 2. The too happy and I don't trust it mood. Right, that vibe when life seems way too perfect. Your morning's solid. Stuff just works out fine. You're handling things well, feeling steady, keeping yourself together inside and out. Then your mind hits pause. Waits a sec. This can't last. Disaster's gotta be waiting around the corner. Here's what it feels like. Suddenly quiet, like when scary tunes cut off right before something jumps out. Only this time, nobody's hiding by the door. It's just that calm makes you itch inside. Peace feels wrong, even when nothing's wrong. This feeling happens because your brain isn't familiar with calm. When life gets better fast or just stays okay, a part of you feels off. That's because it's used to expecting trouble, bracing for messes, or watching out for threats, kind of like an airport screener on high alert. When joy shows up, your brain's alarm goes off by mistake. Rather than thinking, nice, things feel great now, it jumps to, no way, this is a setup. This response comes from fear-based learning plus a tendency to expect the worst. People who made it through tough times often did so by guessing danger was near. That's why your mind stays on guard, even when good things happen. It jumps in to shield you from letdowns ahead of time despite no real threat showing up. The creepy part is how your body reacts. Your chest tightens. Your stomach drops. Your mind starts listing imaginary disasters like it's preparing for doomsday. What if something goes wrong at work? What if someone's mad at me? What if I spontaneously combust? I don't know, these things happen in cartoons. Once that stress lifts, though, joy creeps back in slowly. Suspicion weakens as your body gets it safe now, no threats around. Emotions settle down after a while, kind of like skies clearing post-storm. Your mind might see joy as something sketchy now and then. Number 1. The I need to run away from my life mood. This one feels strange. Maybe you're parked somewhere, eyes glued to numbers on a screen, or halfway through spitting toothpaste, and then, out of nowhere, it slams into you. The raw need to ditch it all, sling on some pack, and bolt toward trees like something's chasing you. It isn't sadness. Not recklessness either. No urge to wreck things. Just your mind hitting a hidden exit. Kicks in when routine feels suffocating, dull, or way too heavy. Like an inner alarm shouting, move now. Raw. Automatic. Survival level. This feeling stems from mental exhaustion, mixed with what's known as flight-focused detachment. Your nerves crave space from duties, whether it's covering expenses or replying to that work message loaded with way too many exclamation marks. Your thoughts drift into wild ideas, like relocating overseas, hiding out in a forest hut, or reinventing yourself as a handcrafted soap maker in some remote hillside village. Not because you truly crave that life, it's more like your head screaming, we're stretched thin. So it dreams up getaways just to cope. When things get too much, many creatures run off survival wired that reaction deep into us. People stay put, though, thanks to paychecks, bills, and what others expect. That same escape urge? It flips into zoning out or getting lost in fantasy. Instead of dashing away, we mentally check out, but keep showing up on time, clocking hours, doing the bare minimum to blend in. Seems weird since it hits fast, out of nowhere. One moment you're doing regular stuff. Next your head goes, grab everything, we're rebooting. No reason given. But after, just like any wild feeling, it slowly slips away. You snap back, recall what you gotta do, then get on with things as if you hadn't been imagining life in a lighthouse earlier. Your mind's like a warning light flashing when things get overwhelming. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.